In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with us my honest and real review on some of the things I purchased from China before. I used them for a while, or I sold some, and my honest review on those items. What do I have to say about those items? So I'm going to be giving you every single detail at all that you have to know before you make a decision to buy any of these items that I'm going to be reviewing in this particular video. If this sounds interesting, hit on the like button, also hit on the subscribe button to join the happy family. On Simply Dorkie's channel, I teach you how to start and grow your mini importation business. Let's get started. So the very first one is going to be this tablet, right? I did the unboxing with us over here, and I told you guys I'm going to be using this for a while, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys whatever I think about this particular tablet. I'll be leaving the image over here, right? Now, one thing I love about this tablet is that it has a lot of educational content. No doubt about that. Like, from every stages of, from the very little ones to even around 10 years, you should have something very, very educational here to learn. That's one thing I love about this particular tablet. Now, let's get into the interiors. This tablet, the battery is not so strong, okay? So the battery runs out, very quickly, but not so quickly, right? So it is a 50-50 for me. If I should give like 10 out of 5 for the battery of this particular one, I'll give it like 5. Yes, because it's not so strong, but at least you can use it for some few hours, like two hours, right? Like non-stop. You can use it for like 2 hours non-stop. Okay, so I feel like it is a cool deal. Now, I had an issue with this particular tablet when after some maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks into using this, suddenly it stopped working. So I on the power button and it wasn't on, so I had to find a repairer to actually check what exactly was happening with this tablet. So the repairer actually said something was wrong with it, so they had to do some certain changes to some things, right? So they did it, and I had to spend an extra amount to repair this, right? So that was something that was so disappointing. Just 3 weeks to using this, but after the repairer was done repairing this, the repairer told me that when it gets to 20%, I should make sure that they are like I charge it again. That was what triggered, and I had to ask him why, what exactly was the issue. And it was I realized that particular thing that they replaced, it usually stops working when you constantly, like, you are forcing to on it when it's even off. Okay, so that was where I realized that, okay, then maybe it might not be an issue with the producers or the manufacturers, but an issue with how my little boy was using this, because I realized that it will be off. You're trying to charge it, but he will say no, so he will still have to force on it. And the repairer, though I didn't even tell the repairer this, but the repairer actually told me that was actually one of the causes, and I realized that, okay, then it might be from there, and not necessarily that it wasn't manufactured well or something like that. Okay, so that's my honest review on this. After that, it's perfect. He's still using it. This picks my SIM cards, so I have my SIM cards over here. I use it to also do some of my own, like my work, right? So it's like a whole tablet on its own. Okay, so that's one thing, or that's my review on this. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to be moving in is this particular 12-piece set over here, this stainless steel set. Now, one thing about cookwares from China is that you have to be extra careful when you are dealing with cookwares, especially if they are things that you are buying on Alibaba or 168. Like, it's not from a direct supplier that you can probably see a live picture of the item. There are even sometimes you ask for live pictures, they'll send it to you, but when you receive it is when you see how heavy it is. And when it comes to cookwares, it's how heavy it is that actually makes the cooking experience a bit okay. If the pot is too light, it tends to burn your food. Okay, and that is exactly how this particular ones are. I can't say that they are too light, like some ones that I did some review on sometime. They are not too light, okay, but they are also not to the standard that I would want a stainless steel cookware to be like. Okay, so that's just it. So when it comes to cookwares, I always advise that you buy small in C. Okay, you're not buying from a direct supplier, you are buying on this platform. Most of the times their minimum orders is low, so why don't you buy it in smaller quantity? You see how it is, you feel it. If you're okay, then you make a purchase. Because I've realized that buying cookwares on these platforms, most of the time, especially these stainless ones and non-stick ones, they come out and you receive it, and if it's non-stick, the coating starts removing. If it's stainless, it's not too heavy and all of that. So always do test buying, which most of us don't like doing, but I think test buying is surely worth it. The next thing I'm going to review it on is this particular vegetable rack. Now, recently I've seen other some importers actually lamenting about how this shipping fee is. I had my share about 3 years ago when I imported this without knowing, and it was on pre-order. And this, I pre-ordered this like 150 cedis or so, only for this to arrive. And the shipping was way higher than the item itself. And as you know, when it comes to pre-order, this is one of the biggest issues. You'll see how the people, your customers are going to drag you and be like, how can I buy an item and pay shipping more than? So this particular one, I used it for a while. It is okay, it is fine, but it looks a bit smaller in, like, when you see it in real time. And as I said, if you want to use C for this particular item, make sure that you are ready to pay the shipping. Like, the shipping fee should be higher. Like, the money you are going to buy this, prepare and add something to it and wait for shipping, because shipping this item, sometimes it becomes a whole lot of some way. But I actually think that the what they call it, the weight of it, if you are going to use it, if you get a good air shipping and you are going to use this for air, it will be lighter than using it for sea. Though I haven't tried it, so please, I'm not saying go and try it on air, but I'm just saying that when you check the kg and when even it comes, it's not a very heavy sort of item. It's not so heavy, okay. But because of how they pack it, usually we tend to pay higher for it. But when it comes to the quality of it, it is okay. But just that sometimes when you get water touching a particular place for a very long time, it tends to run out, okay, or it tends to rust out. But apart from that, it is a very, very convenient item. The next thing I'm going to be reviewing on are going to be these mini perfumes. Like, this was a perfume that recently I remembered about it and I was just laughing at myself. These were perfumes that I actually bought that, oh, I'm just going to keep it in the washroom, to have a very, very nice smell at the washroom and all of that. Only for these things to arrive, and I ended up actually using these particular perfume. I gave some to some people, and this perfume, they really, really love it. One thing about these items are that most people don't really cherish it. When people see these and they're like 13 RMB, there are even some that is like 9 RMB, 5 RMB, people will be like, why should I buy a perfume of 9 RMB or 5 RMB? It is going to be of low quality. But most of these perfumes, like these particular ones, they are very, 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 like, it has a very, very nice smell. The next thing I'm going to be reviewing on is on this particular 24-piece golden spoons. These golden spoons are of top quality. Like, I've been using these for years and it haven't faded a bit. So far as you are not using rough surface to scratch on it and all of that, you should be just fine. They are very, very good if you are into like you are into sale of things like this. You can purchase them to sell, or even for personal use. They are of very, very good top quality. There were other ones that I got that it didn't really meet my expectation, which is this particular one. They are very light, and little bit of moisture at certain parts of it can cause rusting. This particular one, but this particular 24-piece set, like, it is top notch, very, very quality and heavy cartilage. The next I'm going to review on is going to be this particular face cream over here. So I recently did a video about Korean skincare products, right? And this was part of them. Now understand that with this particular one, after I bought it, that I realized people were saying that, oh, they have replicas, they have the fake ones and all of that. This one I got it for like 9 RMB on 1688. Okay, if you want the original one, like the original one, buy it on the Taobao app. You'll get the original one. I actually bought this on 1688 with other different items. To watch my unboxing videos to understand what I'm actually trying to see over here. So once all of this came, now one thing I can say about this is that it actually clears out your face. It doesn't bleach, because I am a dark person and it does me so much good. Okay, you even realize that under my eyes over here there is some, I used to have this particular brushes around my eyes over here, okay, but after I started using this particular, I realized that it started reducing, and as I right now, though all is not gone, but it is very, very, very minimal, okay. And there is this sort of I don't know how to explain it, but there is just a whole lot of difference. I can see a whole lot of difference, though they say this is the fake one, but also understand that these people, when they are even doing replicas, okay, they do it to act exactly like the original ones, okay. But though this one that I bought in particular, it is not the original one. If you want the original one, check on the Taobao app, because the original one should be around 30-40 RMB for just the one face cream, okay. So this face cream too is a very, very, very good face cream. They said they have the cleanser, so the next time I bought the face cream, I actually bought the cleanser with it, and I hope it works out very, very well. The next thing I'm going to review on is going to be these backpacks. So I bought these like some years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. I used to buy a whole lot of these for my customers, because there was this particular guy that used to sell these items in town. Okay, but my honest review, I don't know why they usually buy and buy them again, but my honest review on this particular bag is that, you know, the material is not too quality. Like, it's not too quality. And also the zips doesn't last. If anybody who have bought this particular bag before, and you know, you can really give like a honest review on this bag, you are going to side with me that this particular bag, the zips doesn't, you know, the zips doesn't last. So if you are going in for bags from China, I'll always, especially these backpacks, I'll always advise you do test buying. I don't know why most of we importers, we always try to swerve away from test buying. Test buying is one of like the best things that can happen to you, because it is going to save you a whole lot of stress and save you a whole lot of money. If maybe I just bought like 50 pieces of this without testing, imagine what is going to happen if maybe I want to sell these things out to a certain group of people that would want like quality items. But funny enough, this person used to buy a whole lot of it and was like, oh, people want it. I think maybe because of the price. You know, over here we usually want low quality products for cheaper prices. But I feel like if you get your quality ones at once, it's even more efficient and it saves you a whole lot of money. The next one I'm going to review on is going to be these choppers. Okay. Recently I've had other people complain about it, that they put tomatoes on it, they try to chop it down and it's not chopping down. I haven't really experienced this. Like, honestly, I use this. Like, this is one of the things that I actually thought I never needed in my kitchen. I thought I never needed it until I started using it. It's one of those things. Because before I would be chopping and what have you. And one day I was just like, you have been selling these things for, let me just try it out. Like, I just said, let me just try it out, because I'm not really somebody who usually do a lot of chopping, but I just decided to, you know, to try it out with the little ones that I was doing. I tried it out and it came out perfect. And I was able to chop a whole lot of, you know, carrots within some few minutes. So please, this particular, I don't know how your experience have been using it, but my experience with it have been very okay for me. I love everything about this particular chopper. The one that I personally used is actually I think the 12 pieces or 16 pieces or so. I think they have it in 15 pieces, they have it in 24 pieces and all of that. The 24 pieces I've bought to sell, but this is this particular one that I actually used personally. So the last one I'll be reviewing on is this hair mayonnaise. I saw this some time back on What It Is. I decided to just give it a try. You see, when you are done shopping and you still have some few coins in your Alipay, you decide to just buy some random things. It's one of these things. So I bought these random things. Then this item arrived. I decided to try it out. And guess what? Like, I've been using this for years, but I just decided to add it up to this particular review. Maybe it will be of help to somebody that is actually, you know, having some hair issues. And this particular one is so moisturizing. I don't know if it's the right way. Do we use moisturizing when it comes to hair, or moisturizing is only for the skin? So I use this to condition my hair, and you know, it's like it turns out very soft and very nice. So I just bought this hair mayonnaise here. I've been using it for about a year or so, and I still have like 2 packs, that is even 4, that I haven't used yet. Like, it's very rich. Okay, so if you are battling with any hair issues and you really want to grow out your hair or try something new, you can go in for this. When you get the image and you search on What It Is, you are going to be getting. So this brings us to the end of this review. You can also tell me some of your experience with any of these items that I have reviewed on in the comment section. Like this video, share with your friends and family. Most importantly, subscribe to this channel. I'll be seeing you in my next video. It is bye bye.